that there is going to be a mental health pandemic. They said the next stage is there will be a suicide pandemic. If I just remove myself a little bit, then within a few seconds or within a couple of minutes, every cell in my body is bursting with ecstasy. I need a methodology. If you just keep a distance, it'll happen. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, anybody. You want to be something more. Doesn't matter where I set the boundary. Once you feel the boundary, you want to break it. So can you ever count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and one day say infinity? You think those people who committed suicide, everything was wrong with their life? These are two things. There is expression and there is perception.
Sadhguru.
Suffering, you must go to heaven. If you know that much, why are you not gone? You are not gone because you don't know a damn thing. Whether there is a place better than this somewhere or not, you don't know. You're just claiming these things to somehow fix your psychological sloshing that's happening inside. You're making up things to somehow believe something so that your psychology won't just splash all over the place and go crazy. You're trying to hold yourself in place, telling yourself fairy tales, all right? So, what I'm saying is, do you believe that if you want to navigate your life through this time that we have in a sensible manner, the most important thing is to see life as is, as it is. If I don't see in this room things as they are, I will walk into this table, I will bump into somebody, I will do crazy things every day. If I see very clearly, navigating myself through all these cables and tripods is not a big problem. Hello? But if I don't see, if there's no clarity of vision, if I'm not seeing things as they are, then what a mess it is, every little thing, that's all the problem is. Not that what you're doing is wrong, the way you're seeing it is wrong. That's not the point. You think those people who committed suicide, everything was wrong with their life? No, not everything was wrong with their life. A few things, as it goes wrong in your life, my life, everybody's life, some things don't work, all right? In everybody's life, something doesn't work in the outside world. If everything is working for you, obviously you're living a very petty life. In my life, 95% of the things that I want doesn't happen, only 5% happens. Because I'm trying to fix everything in the world. Most of the things don't happen. So if anybody wants to die of frustration, it must be me, but I will not. Because no matter what, I will die blissed out. I live blissed out, I die blissed out. Because what I do, what the situation is around me and how I am are never connected. I'm the way I am, I'll do my best. See, whatever you call it by whatever name you want. Stress, anxiety, tension, depression, bipolar, this one, that one, many things. I was talking to some of the top psychiatrists in UK, and they told me there are 72 varieties of psychological ailments. I thought there may be half a dozen, but they said there are 72 varieties of psychological ailments. I was really surprised, 72, that's like a golf game, you know. Then I asked, what are these? They told me quite a few things. One of the things they told was compulsive nose picking. Even if they're bleeding in the nose, they can't stop it. That explains everything in a way. Compulsive nose-picking. Leave the nose-picking. It's compulsiveness. You're compulsive in your thought, compulsive in your emotion, compulsive in your actions. That's all the problem is. How do you fix compulsiveness? If this room is dark, how do you fix it? Let's do one thing, both of us fight with this darkness and push it out of the window. There's no such thing. If you turn on the light, it's gone. So, there is no substitute for consciousness. If you become conscious, compulsive behavior is gone. Suppose you are in thought, emotion, action and energy, you are not compulsive, that you can create whatever thought you want, whatever emotion you want. Would you keep yourself blissed out or miserable? What's your choice? For yourself, every human being, for themselves, they want the highest level of pleasantness, so the intent is already there. I don't have to inspire them, be blissed out, there's no such philosophy. Every human being wants the highest level of pleasantness for themselves. Those who think it's hopeless here, they're the ones who created heaven. They said there is a place which is always pleasant. But they don't have any proof that we are not already in heaven and making a mess out of that. See, whatever kind of mental ailment you talk about, essentially, when your intelligence turn against you, there's no power in the universe which can help you. But why is my intelligence turning against me? Somewhere we have not learned how to handle it, isn't it? Your education systems, your society, nowhere is there anything to teach a child how to handle their own intelligence, their own emotions, their own thoughts. There is no such thing. All fixing, mechanic shop, repair jobs everywhere. Leave the repair jobs. The simple thing is this. The reason why people are struggling with this is they have, pardon my words, but otherwise people won't get it. They have a mental diarrhea. This doesn't create anything except distress. Anything that runs loose without your control is called diarrhea. Why has it happened? Even today, even if somebody gets physical diarrhea, immediately somebody will pop a pill. But traditionally, what did we do? Somebody has diarrhea, first thing is, we understood we have eaten something wrong. First thing we did was, just don't eat, just drink water and wait. And next, identify what did I eat yesterday or today morning, what happened to me, what is it that I consumed which caused this, and avoid that. But no, we will plug it in. No, if you plug it in, it'll all rise within yourself. This is all that's happening. Right now, our way of doing life is very forceful. There is no overthinking. I'm saying people are not thinking enough. This is a serious problem. But they think they're overthinking. They're not overthinking. It's a diarrhea, it's happening. Why is it happening? Something wrong food has gone in. What is the wrong food? This is all it is. The moment you identify yourself with something that you're not, your mind, you cannot stop. Do what you want. Do whatever you want, it will not stop. See, what is it that human beings are suffering? What happened 10 years ago, they're still suffering. What may happen day after tomorrow, they're already suffering. This is what you're saying. What happened 10 years ago, is it here now? Does it exist? No. What may happen day after tomorrow, does it exist here? No. So if you're suffering something that does not exist, what does it mean? This is a brief amount of time that you have as life. Here we create many things. You're creating businesses, I have large movements where millions of people are involved, there are relationships. You cannot take these things lightly because other lives are involved. But you cannot prevent anybody from dying. You can attend to them. If something is going to happen to them, you can make attempts to save them, but you cannot prevent anybody from absolutely dying, including yourself. This is a fact. So the only two things that we have is a certain amount of time and a certain amount of energy. This is all that you call as life. What do you want to make out of it? You want to make a mess out of it, see, the thing is, first of all, they're living an emotionally constipated life. they only loved their child. I saw everybody as mine. Everything that happened hurts. But that's part of it. If you walk in a forest, there are thorns in your feet, but this doesn't mean you don't enjoy the forest, all right? So, this is the fundamental you have to set, that your experience of life is determined by you. When I say experience of life, people are always thinking experiences happen because of external stimuli. No, if you dream of a tiger, you can experience fear, isn't it? You can dream of somebody beautiful and experience love, yes or no? So I'm saying all experiences cause from within you. Human experience happens from within you, never from outside of you. All your sense organs are outward bound because they are survival instruments. Your sense organs, your ability to see, hear, smell, taste and touch are essentially your survival instruments. Life cannot be enhanced by them. You can only survive better. If you see better than me, you can survive better than me. If you hear better than me, you can survive better than me. But this life will not feel enhanced by perceiving more through the five sense organs. And they're all outward bound. You can see me. Can you roll your eyeballs inward and scan yourself? No. You can hear that. So much happening in the body, can you hear that? No. So, all your sense organs are only to perceive what's happening around you, not to perceive what's within you. So, to perceive within you, you need to turn inward. That needs a little… because it's not survival. Something has to be done. You know how to write English language?
Yeah.
Yes. To learn that damn 26 alphabets, it took some effort, isn't it? Hello? It took some effort and it took some guidance, because anything that's beyond survival needs striving. That striving is missing in the society. There was a time where in the civilization that we refer to as Hindustan or Bharat, or today being the political country is being called as India, in this culture, 70% of the people were invested in inward well-being. Because of that, they became super enhanced. Because of that enhancement, they became so wealthy in everything, rich in mathematics, rich in astronomy, rich in business, rich in trade, rich in industry. It was the richest nation on the planet just 300 years ago. See, everybody from here, whether it's English or French or Portuguese, everybody went to India. You think in search of poverty? In search of wealth, isn't it? It became like that effortlessly, without conquering anybody, without having large armies, because people invested in enhancing themselves. I'm telling you, if you try to enhance your activity without enhancing yourself, you'll only die of stress. This is what is happening to, unfortunately, whole lot of CEOs. I'm concerned about this because a CEO means you gave something that is important, that needs to happen in the world, into his hands, his or her hands. And if they are stressed out, what misery will they create for the rest of the world? It's very important. Essentially, you're finding an excuse for the way you are, which you yourself don't like. See, if something unpleasant happened to you, you have two choices. Either you can become wise or you can become wounded. Choose. More unpleasant things happen to you than anybody else. You must be the wisest man soonest. No, you choose to be wounded because you carry this wound like a badge, and so that you can cause the same wound to others. What's the point? When you know the pain of it, how do you do the same thing to me? The thing is just this: instead of intelligently, consciously responding to life, you are reacting like any other creature, that's all. See, Everything, everything that's man-made here in this world came out of human intelligence. And it's still not a full expression of our intelligence, still there are many, many more things we can do. You are thinking mind means, intelligence means just intellectual process, because of that you think the phone is smarter than you, because it has better memory and it has better computing process. So all those who are on one-dimensional intelligence, which is intellect, so it's in Europe that suddenly human thought became very eulogized. Why it became like this is, the dogmatic religious beliefs which did not allow people to think for themselves. If you thought anything other than what's written in the book, you're dead. They made this for few centuries, so suddenly when they broke away from that and started thinking for themselves, they suddenly thought this is liberation, and they eulogized human thought, and we crafted the whole education system on the planet based on that. Today you're just using one dimension of your intelligence, which is intellect. Thought process is thought to be everything, where one of them went to the extent of saying, I think so, I exist. Is it because you're seeing me that you exist? Even if you close your eyes, you still exist, isn't it? If you don't hear anything, you still exist. So your existence is fundamental. These are all activities of seeing, hearing, smelling, thinking, emoting. These are all activities of your existence, the life that you are. But we got it all upside down, and how do you expect it to work? Fake ambitions. The thing is, you're making up a purpose to bring some meaning to your life. What you need to understand is, life is a phenomena beyond all meanings. Meanings is an ailment of your mind. Only human mind needs meanings. Sun comes up in the morning, doesn't need a meaning. Full moon out there, doesn't need a meaning. Only place where you need a meaning is your head. Your mind needs a meaning. Why? Have you seen this? You've been at some point, at least for moments, you've been very joyful, blissed out. You've been… At that time, do you ask what is the meaning of life? No, only when you're miserable, it's important. So you create one problem and then you create another problem and another problem and you think it's a solution? No. Meaning is a serious problem. Meaning has become meaningful for somebody only because they're in some way distressed. The process of life and the experience of life has become burdensome. Why am I carrying this? I want a meaning for the burden that I'm bearing. If life was a blissful process, why would you care what is the meaning? Meaning problem is a very Western problem. In the Eastern world, we don't ask for meaning. We are always looking for profoundness of life. The difference is digging deeper into yourself and creating something around your head are two different things. Outside or inside doesn't matter, but you're trying to build a psychological solution to an existential reality. Existential reality is, you don't know where the hell you came from and you don't know where you're going. You're just here for a brief amount of time and you think you're the center of the world. That means you must be very religious, because it's the religious people who went on propagating that this planet is the center of the universe. Though in India, for over 6,000 years, people have known planet is round and it goes around the sun. Clearly, there are drawings and there are books, there are documents which clearly say that. But people who are following dogmatic religious processes, they propagated that this is the center of the universe. Now, will they say we said what is wrong and apologize for that? No, because when I think I am the center of the universe, I will be doing so many idiotic things.